Hello, gentlemen. Welcome back. The code is GRAPPA. It's 12:49 here in Boston, and here's a zoomed-in look at the photo I just sent you, which I'm dismantling on film. Japan, it's turn 4. We're buying a carrier and a destroyer for Season 6. New minor factory for Kwangtung. What is that? Yeah, Kwangtung, Hong Kong. One tank, two mechs for Manchuria. One tank, one mech, one infantry for Kangsu. A few things to do here. We're hitting Burma with an infantry, one tac, one fighter. Not looking to take it, just looking to diminish your numbers. We're moving into Sichuan with one infantry from Yunnan. Oh, yeah. French Indochina. I forgot to add French Indochina to my instructions. Anyway, we have a transport all the way up here in 19. It's going 1, 2 to 36. It's dropping off two infantry in French Indochina. Okay. There are two transports in C-Zone 20. They're going to go 1, 2 down to 37. And they're going to take two tanks and two infantry from both Kangxi and Kwangtung into the battle taking place in Malaya. There's also going to be two bombers, one tac from Kwangxi, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back to Yunnan. A destroyer, a battleship and a cruiser. Basically everything here, including the artillery from Sumatra, is being dropped in Malaya, and we're going to hit that with an additional fighter and tac from that C-Zone, C-Zone 41. We're going to hit 43. That's probably the least consequential. Let me go ahead and hang the camera and get started. We're at 1:59 already. Man, time flies. Time flies. Let's go ahead and put this here. Okay, so there is a British destroyer in 43. We're hitting it with a sub, hopefully. One fighter and one tac from Kwangxi. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, landing back in Kwangxi. I might actually land a fighter there. We'll see. Anyway, the sub, 2 or less, missed. A fighter at 3 or less, hit. You have to defend. You roll a 3, so no defense for the British destroyer. C-Zone 42, you have a destroyer and a sub. I'm hitting that with a sub from 34, 1, 2. And then the carrier planes that were on the carrier in 44 are going 1, 2, 3, 4, landing in Yunnan. So we have a sub at 2 or less. We have a fighter at 3 or less, that hit, and a tac 4 or less hit. So you have a sub looking for a 1, failed, and a destroyer, missed. That's good news. I was convinced I was going to lose some planes here. So those two are going to land in Yunnan. We took Sichuan, uncontested. We took Quichao, uncontested from Anhui. Let's see. I think, oh yeah, Philippines. We have a transport, a battleship, and a carrier going up from 44, and it's bringing an infantry and an artillery, as well as two fighters from Caroline Islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, landing on that carrier. So, battleship shot 4 or less, hit. Two fighters, no hits. 2 at 2s, 2 hits is all we needed. You have to defend for 2. You rolled a 4 and a 2. So you're gone. We lost an infantry. And we're in Philippines with 1 artillery. Now I guess it's just Malaya, right? Yeah, I believe so. Alright, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 British infantry and 1 Anzac infantry. So we're going to have a battleship at 4 or less. That's not good. Cruiser at 3 or less, hit. That's 1 hit. A fighter, 3 or less, missed. Attack, 3 or less, missed. Attack at 4, missed. 2 strats, there's 1 hit, so that's 2 hits so far. We have an infantry and an artillery at 2s, no hits. We have an infantry at 1, no hits. 2 tanks, 3 hits. I'm assuming 1 Anzac infantry and 2 British infantry. So you have 6 altogether. 2, 1 hit, 4, 2 hits, and 6, 3 hits. That's 2 infantry and an artillery. How did I roll that poorly the first round? Just gross. Alright, so 2 tanks, 3 or less, there's 2 hits, that's good. 1 fighter, that's 3 hits, that's all I needed. You have to defend for 3. You got 1 hit, 1 hit. So we lost a tank, and we're only in Malaya with 1 tank. That's just horrible. Whatever, it is what it is. So, we're going to have the aircraft that took off from 41 went 1-2, going to Sand State, 3-4, landing in Yunnan. That is the TAC that's landing there. We're going to make sure we have a carrier fighter, and then the fighter from 43, the battle in 43 is going to land on the carrier as well. So we have a battleship, an aircraft carrier, 2 fighters, a cruiser, and 1, 2, 3 transports. We have a sub in Borneo. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so everything was... I'm going to put a fighter here. I'm just switching it because it has a stand on it. So there's 2 fighters on that carrier. And then this is in Yunnan. This TAC has to land in Guangxi. We landed 2 infantry in French Indo. We have 2 bombers that went 1, 2, 3. They're going 4, 5. They're up here as well as the TAC in Yunnan. So, non-combat. Let me go ahead and take this phone, because you can't really see what I'm doing here, can you? So we're going to land 1, 2, 3 fighters, 4, 5. These came from Jahal, 5 aircraft. They're going to wind up landing on the carrier. There's also a destroyer going down there. So there's going to be 1 fighter on the mainland, and there's going to be 4 aircraft out to sea on the carriers. Moving 1 destroyer to Sea Zone 16. One of these destroyers from 6 is going to go 1, 2, 3 down to 36. Actually, it's going to go to 35. 1. Oh yeah, we have battles in Burma too. What am I doing? So we have you have 2 infantry. I'm coming in with 1 infantry, 1 fighter, and 1 TAC. So 1 infantry at 1 hit, yay! 1 fighter hit. That's all I needed. You got 2 to defend, and you rolled a 3 and a 2. So you're gone. You did kill my man, so you still own Burma, but you're gone from Burma, which is good. Shan State, I left it alone. Yeah, I did. So now that Kwichao and Sichuan is done and Burma is empty, I'm feeling more safe to move some stuff up to Kwichao, which I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and move 1 2 artillery. These magnets drive me nuts. I'm going to move 2 artillery up to Kwichao that has already been taken, and an infantry. We're leaving the AA gun in Yunnan. Okay? This is awfully messy. Not like me, but I'm kind of multitasking here. 3 tanks from Manchuria. One of them is going to go down to Anhui. Actually, 2 of them are going to go down to Anhui. One of them is going to go to Chahar. No. That's silly. All 3 are going to Anhui. We're going to leave the numbers in Manchuria just the way they are. That would be silly too. We're going to move 1 infantry to Jahal. We have an infantry in Kangsu. I would love to kill that fighter, but it's never going to happen. And there's no point in going to Sichuan, so it'll sit. I believe that's it. So I've already placed the boats in Sea Zone 6. We're placing a miner in Hong Kong. We're placing in Kangsu. No, in Manchuria, 2 mechs, 1 tank. We're placing a tank, a mech, and an infantry in Shanghai. Let's just make sure, but I think that's it for Japan. Yeah, 9 minutes and 32-second video so far. Alright, so let's do a troop count. Manchuria, 3, 4, 5 infantry, 2 mechs, 1 tank. Jahal, 1 infantry, 3 tanks in Anhui, 1 tank, 1 infantry, 1 mech in Kangsu. Yunnan, 2 strats, 1, 2, 3, 4 tacks. Make it 5 tacks. And 2 fighters, as well as an AA gun in Yunnan. 2 infantry in French Indochina. 2 infantry, 2 artillery in Quichao. 1 infantry in Sichuan. 1 infantry in Kangsu. 1 tank in Malaya. A battleship, a carrier, 2 fighters, 1 cruiser, 3 transports in Sea Zone 37. There's an infantry still in Java. 1 sub in 42. 1 sub in 43. A transport in 36. In the Philippines, there is 1 artillery unit. Out to sea, there's a battleship, a carrier, 2 fighters, a destroyer, and a transport. Caroline still has everything it started with, 2 infantry, 1 AA piece. Iwo Jima, 1 infantry. Didn't get around to touching Guam this time. Sea Zone 6, 2 carriers, 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer, 2 subs, 2 fighters, 2 tacks. 16 has a destroyer, and mainland Japan has 1 fighter, 1 artillery, 2 AA pieces. That's it for Japan. It's a 11-minute and 20-second video.